And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Bojanovic is out there with Hayes. And it's Biberovic in at the three. Into the lane. Kalathis gets the bucket. The visitors with the ball. Pass to Biberovic. Here's Hayes. Here's Baldwin. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Biberovic. That 3 off the mark. James looking around. Hands it from downtown.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
To the right side. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's James. They get the rebound. Pass to Papagiannis. And it's off from three-point range. To the wing right side. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Drops in the tray.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
And here's James outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. James has got 6 points.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitive.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And here they come. Here's Korkmaz. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
To the wing on the left. And Hayes kicks to Baldwin. Oh!
Goodness.
And that one is hammered home.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Here's Papagiannis. There's the 3. Doesn't go that time. Here's Biberovic. And the call is going to be...
Screen.
Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
Well, beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
James outside. Brown sets a screen for James. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Pass to Biberovic. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Baldwin. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Baldwin's got 7 points in the game. Now here's James. Not a lot of room. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Here's Baldwin, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Deflects the pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. No keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Now here's James. 11 points in the game. Sinks the three-pointer. 14 points for him.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Now here's Hayes. He's covered by Brown. Five to shoot. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And both teams here in a nice rhythm offensively, and that really says as much about the lack of D as it does either's O.
Now here's James. He's covered closely. Fades. Good on the triple.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Well, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. They lead by 5. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Diallo with it. Off target from outside.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
To the middle. Pass to Colson. Now Birch. From the arc. Gutteridge can't get it to go. Here's a Kobo. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And here's Diallo. Still yet to score from past the arc. Birch grabs the board. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Number 21, 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Driving the lane, and the shot is good. Kobo's got 5 now. Pass to Gutteridge. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
0 defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open 3.
Gutteridge has gone 1 of 2 shooting from 3. Here's a Kobo. 5 points in the game. Aniunas with it. Here's a Kobo. Shot clock at 5. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. For 3, trains the 3-pointer. Gutteridge has got 6 here in this quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Now here's Diallo. Guarded closely. To the inside. On the jam by Aniunas.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
It's good from long range.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's Diallo. Got a hand on it. And the jam by Manajunas. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Sweet move, and it's good on the layup. 7 points in the game.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Akobo, the pass to Diallo. The tray. He can't get it to go.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Makes it off the glass.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Akobo, that's good. Akobo's got his third basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
50 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Clock at 6. Jacks up a three. Corniche with the rebound. To Okobo. Lets the three fly. Kept alive. In the corner, it's Diallo. From deep. Drills it from outside.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Shot from 16, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Up 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
At times in the past, we've teased the fans for how they voted. But it's not easy, man. There's a lot of talented guys out here. I love
They look great on offense. The ball is flying around. Guys are getting open. It's enjoyable to watch.
especially for those of us who are brought up.
That'll do it for our show.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
They've got James. Korkmaz is out there with Brown, and it's Calathes in at the point.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
He's out there with Marjanovic, and it's Baldwin in at the two-guard spot.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
To Hayes, uncovered, and it's good. 2 points.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And they double up James. Here's Calathes. Outside, James. And James throws it down.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Baldwin off target with his three.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Even though they're still trailing, he continues to be lights out from the field. What a competitor.
Setting up the half-court offense now.
They've got to find a way, not enough ball movement or body movement when they get in the half court.
Brown sets a screen for James. Pass to Calathes. 6 on the shot clock. Here's James, and the dunk by James.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. From downtown, Baldwin can't get it to go. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's the break for the 3. The shot misses. Baldwin's gone just 1 of 4 from deep. On the wing, James. He's got 27. Calathes gets the bucket.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Baldwin. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body, so some free throws coming up right now. So he gets them both. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 9. Shoots. And his offensive struggles continue.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Trying to get something going. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
James kicks to Korkmaz. Pass to Calathes. Now here's James. There's 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Papagiannis. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists now in this one. Papagiannis has gone 1 of 3 from deep tonight. Baldwin looking for the opening. There's 21 seconds left in the 3rd. Stripped it away. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Offline with his 3. There's the lob to the hoop. The 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 13. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Diallo out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Papagiannis in at the 5 down low. Now here's James. The 3 connects from 3-point range. James has got 13 points in the 2nd half.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Now Diallo. There's the triple. And James gets it to go. James has got 6 in the quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Out to the right wing. Here's the screen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Brown right side. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And here's James outside. The rebound by Colson. Pass to Birch. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Coates, no luck. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And stolen by Diallo. Brown outside. Here's Papagiannis. Puts up a deep three. The long distance three is buried.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
The screen from Brown. James, the pass to Diallo. James outside, shoots the three. That shot missing. Pass to Birch.
2 minutes remaining.
Right wing.
2 minutes.
No good on the triple.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And they get it back. Kicks it out to James. They set the pick. Launches it. Sinks the triple. James has got 36.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Brown sets a screen for James. From outside the arc, good on the three-point shot. James has got 39.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Good on the bucket.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
From deep three-point land, that shot is off. Fast break, here we go. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Birch. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Brown. Now James. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Fires from way outside. He can't hit that time. And so the home crowd treated to a win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen.
Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Korkmaz. Parker defending. James outside. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Parker. Nails it from three.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now, here is James. Into the lane. And slammed dunk by James.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Three-pointer off the mark. Brown against Parker. Pass to James. Brown with a screen. To the inside. And Brown with the stuff.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Parker outside. Takes a three. Pure from three-point range. Parker's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is James. Here's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Going inside, and he lays it up and in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Lets the three fly. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Putting in the effort to get a second chance look. Nice.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. The shot by James, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Parker. To the paint. Here's Vesely. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
Here's James. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
.149 left in the first. And it's good for 2.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Takes the three, and the three-pointer goes. James has got 7 points in the game.
So far, he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Buries it from 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Brown with a screen. James inside, covered by Satoransky. Lets it go from deep. The shot that time not on target. 1:04 left to play in the first. Parker outside. Pass to Metu. Knocks down the triple. He's got 5.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And it's James with the jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line.
And he makes the first.
Cody taking 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
The fader. And Metu pulls it down. Metu's got 4 rebounds now. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Yep, that one goes.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
4 seconds left. And he takes it up and lays it in.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
The 3 is up. The rebound by Corneli. Pass to Akobo. Banked it in off the glass. He's got 5.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
They set the pick. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Diallo against Anderson.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute to play. Six on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the long J.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. There's the 3. The rebound by Diallo. Pass to Akobo. Now here's Diallo. He's guarded closely. The 3 ball. Drains the triple. Diallo's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the 3-point shot.
Diallo against Anderson. Out to the wing. From 10 feet away. It's good. Off the glass.
Assist from number 8.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Diallo. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, man.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Akobo. And the layup is good off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
2 minutes.
.152 left in the second. It's Anderson on the wing. Clock at 6. With 1 on the clock, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
To the left wing. There's a screen. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
There's the drive, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Counted from distance.
3 points.
There's 48 seconds left in the first half. Here's Akobo. 9 points in the game. Five on the clock. Fires from deep. They get the rebound. Over to the wing. 4-3. Anderson pulls it down. The steal. Diallo outside. Diallo on the wing. For three. He can't hit that time. Anderson for three. And that's not gonna go. And we've reached halftime in this one. Leading by 8. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Seems like they can't miss. Just rolling offensively, getting whatever they want.
You haven't heard this in a while, fella.
All right, fellas. Let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule. That's it for us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Here's James. There's the triple. The shot off that time. James has gotten just 4 of his 10 shots to fall here. There's a screen by Metu. Satoransky. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
James deciding where to go with it. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Brown with a screen. Fades and shoots. And it falls all over the rim and in. James has got 11 points.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Here's Parker. A quick shot there. It's off target.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
To the middle. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And Brown with the stuff.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys. Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
There's a screen by Metu. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul, first team foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line for the away team, Cody, 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. James inside. Covered by Satoransky. Back to James. Three-pointer. It's not going to go for him. Here's Vesely. And stolen by Brown. Here's Korkmaz. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
6 to shoot. And the layup is good. 13 points in the game.
Boy, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
James outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Pass to Parker. To the wing on the left. Over Diallo. Parker, no good.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Good.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
James inside, covered by Satoransky.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
James outside. Launches a 3. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific... Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got James, and it's a Kobo in a 2-guard. Drives to the hoop. Goes up on the wing. That shot, no good. The 3, James. He buries it from 3. James has got 20.
One triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
Fires the 3. It doesn't go for him.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Brown passes to James. Back to Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's James. And he drops in the layup off the glass. James has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
To win the run. And he lays it in.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Boy, this lead is razor thin.
Yeah, B.A., there's a chance to extend that right here.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. Can't connect from short range.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Sinks the tray.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And he commits the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Down low. And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Akobo. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Here's Parker. Misses the three.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done. And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Now James. Out left to the wing. Here's Akobo. Shot clock at 5. And there's the rejection.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's the three. Some solid defense from James. Bordaí passes to James. On the take, and he converts the layup. James has got 15 points here in the second half.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
The quick look, no good that time. From deep three-point land. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Adding the stat sheet, getting the board, and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation.
Hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
58 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Three-pointer. Fires in the triple.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Fires from way outside. And he can't get that one.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Kicks it out to Parker. Nails it from beyond the arc. Pass to Corley. James with the ball. So they get the victory here at home. A clean win, and one where they clearly...
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Sarr out there with Parker, and it's Vesely in at the 5. Driving to the basket. Marjanovic, no good. Sarr with it. Satoransky in the corner. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Out to the right wing. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Biberovic. Three-pointer. Baldwin can't get it to go. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Got that one up quick.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. Of course, John Morant's named first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Buries the jumper to finish the break. 5 points in the game.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Lets it go with a 3. It's deflected, and they'll get another chance. Launches a 3, buries it from three-point range.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. To the paint, here's Hayes. Banked in off the glass.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
The rebound by Marjanovic. Here's Baldwin. Satoransky covering. To the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I tell you what, he's showing some real courage going to the reverse in that situation.
You know, I don't think he knows you're not supposed to do that in traffic. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Right wing. Satoransky covering. Out to the right wing. Baldwin. This one for 3. And Sarr pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. Here's Baldwin. He's got 5. Fires for 3. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Down low. Over to the wing. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. And the 3 ball is good. Satoransky's got 6.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the end.
34 seconds left in the first quarter. Takes the 3. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the left side wing. Back to Parker. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Here's Vesely. And a wide open look for Saar. And he's good on the 3-ball. Saar's got his second bucket.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. They're up by 11. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
Falls out there with Medu. Then there's Anderson, and it's Abrinas in at the 2-guard. Takes it inside. A beautiful reverse layup.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Pass to Laprovitola. Back to Abrinas. Drills the 3-pointer. Abrinas has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Here's Medu. Here's Laprovitola. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Here's Colson. Hasn't made one yet. There's the screen. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup. He's got 5.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Abrinas with the bucket.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Laprovitola passes to Abrinas. Drains it from beyond the arc. Abrinas has got 9 points.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
They set the screen. Over to the left wing. To the wing right side. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by Laprovitola.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Here's Abrinas. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Colson passes to Gutteridge. Hits it from 3-point range.
They're having more success from 3-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here's the 3. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Releases. The rebound by Medu.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Provitola passes to Abrinas. A three-pointer is right on target. Abrinas has got 15 points.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Now, here's Birch. Defense is right there. The 3-ball. Offensive rebound. Pass to Gutteridge. To the right side. Buries the long-range jumper. Gutteridge has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And that does it for the first half of play. They're up by 11. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Taking a look at the visitors, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the home team. And that's a halftime.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. They've got Marjanovic. He's out there with Baldwin. And it's Biberovic in at the 3 slot. Baldwin the pass to Marjanovic. He's with it. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. They've got Sarr. He's out there with Parker. And it's Vesely in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. 3-pointer. Parker's shot is off. Baldwin looking for the opening. Back to Hayes. Marjanovic, a screen on Satoransky. They grab their own miss. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off. And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And that one's good. Parker.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Pass to Baldwin. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Nailed from 3-point land.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
And the rejection by Marjanovic. And the home team has possession. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Here he goes. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. He's got 5.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
There's the pick. Pass to Biberovic. 6 to shoot. Now here's Hayes. Covered by Parker. Hayes, no good. Parker outside. This one for 3. Connects from three-point range.
3 points.
Parker's got his second bucket of the night.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldrin.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Sarr gets the bucket. Sarr's got 8.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
1:31 left to play here in the third. Baldwin kicks to Hayes. Here's Baldwin. He's got 12. Pass to Marjanovic. Count the basket. Marjanovic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Out to the wing. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Baldwin. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Screen by Parker. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 8 points for him. A tight game here in Atlanta. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Biberovic. There's 18 seconds left in the third. It's deflected, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Baseline J on the way. Buries the jump shot.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Here's Laprovitola. Oh, and he just knocks down the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a...
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Up by 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Meadow is out there with Fall. And there's Anderson, and it's Abrinas in at the 2 spot. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound, out left to the wing. Here's Meadow. Pass to Laprovitola. Beyond the arc. Birch grabs the board. Birch has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Going inside, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Pass to Gutteridge. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Abrinas. Fires from the corner. Birch grabs the board. Birch has got 8 rebounds in this game. To take the lead. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Launches a 3. Abrinas' shot is off. Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
Yeah, and you can't afford to let that thing get any slimmer.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him now.
Here's Laprovitola, knocks down the 3-ball.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
They set the pick. It's good from long range.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Here's Colson, defended by Anderson. Just 4 to shoot. For the 3. The rebound by Medu.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Substitution on the court.
1:33 left to play in the final quarter. Sinks the triple.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
There's a screen by Marjanovic. Inside. Three-pointer. Up again. No dice on the putback jam. Not a lot of time to get this one back under control.
No, they need to do their work quickly from here on out.
And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Parker's checked in for Medu.
Coming on the floor for the away team, number 22, Jabari Parker.
And so here's the home team. Covered by Parker. Marjanovic, a screen on Parker. Pass to Marjanovic. Parker outside. The rebound by Biberovic.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
There's Abrinas. The putback. It's in!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it. Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
We're going the other way.
The ball goes to the away team.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
2 shots.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know,
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And they turn it over, stepped on the line that time. And here's James. Six to shoot. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Brown with a screen. Fires the three. James can't get it to go. Baldwin. Check by James. Baldwin's shot is off. Deflects the pass. And here they come. From the arc. Offensive board. And Marjanovic gets it to go.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
Brown with a screen. James deciding where to go with it. From deep. Drills it from deep. James has got his second basket of the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Baberovic. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now, here is James. 5 points in the game. Inside. Here's Baldwin. And no good, trying to use the glass. James, outside. Connects from downtown. James has got 8.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
James has gotten 2 of his 4 attempts to go from outside. Pass to Baberovic. Here's Marjanovic. To the inside. And Baberovic gets it to go. 5 points in the game.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. From outside the arc, he drops it from range.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
James, outside. James can't get that one to fall.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Can they get it? And it's James with the jam.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Baldwin. No points so far. That three's off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
James, outside. The three is up. Again, the miss by James. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Baberovic. James, outside. Fader on the way. Good on the bucket. James has got 12 points.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Leading by 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Here's Corneli, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
For three, Diallo. He can't get that one to fall. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul.
First team.
Out to the right wing. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Here's a Kobo. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. It's stolen. Diallo outside. The three. That shot missing. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Off target from three-point range. Here's a Kobo. They set the pick. Beyond the arc. Sinks it from distance. He's got 5.
No defender within 5 feet of him, just inviting him to shoot the three. That's a dangerous proposition.
Here's Mata-Yunus. Here's a Kobo. 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. Jacks up with 3. Guterich with the rebound. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Over to the left wing. A Kobo, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And that one is hammered home.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Diallo with the ball. Still without a bucket. Here's a Kobo. Takes it inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Let's go with a 3. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc. .110 left to play in the first half of basketball. Can't get it to go. He's made 3. He's missed 3 so far. Hits a three-pointer. He's got 7. 50 seconds left in the first half of this game. They set the screen. Driving to the basket. Count the basket.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
To the left side wing. uses the glass on the layup. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
For 3, Diallo. That's no good. He's 0 for 4.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Up 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
You take a look at the visitors. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. I'm impressed they're still in this. They've done some good things tonight, but the three-point shooting is not one of them.
And that could bode well for...
And that'll do it for...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Here's Kalathis. Yet to see a basket. We've got Boban Marjanovic, and it's Hayes in at the power forward position. And James gets it to go.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Here's Baldwin. Cans it from the wing. Baldwin's got his first 2 points.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
Check by James. Pass to Hayes. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Baldwin. Off target with the 3. Baldwin's gone just 1 of 6 shooting so far. Down low. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Hayes with a screen. The 3. Drops in the 3. Baldwin's got 5 points now this quarter.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And it's James with the jam.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
He's feeling it. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's the home team now. Here's Baldwin. 7 points in the game. Offline from the top of the key.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And finished off by Hayes.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
James with a steal. Out on his own on the break. Three-pointer in transition. James has got 7 points for the quarter.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
That one falls. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Full team foul. Baldwin. First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 37 left in the third. Brown with a screen. Fades away. It's Hayes with the rebound. Here's Baldwin. 7 points in the game. Launches it. Gets the three to fall. Baldwin's got 10.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
.59 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to James. Out left to the wing. 5 to shoot. Soft touch off the glass.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Check by James. Screen by Marjanovic. Lays it up and banks it in. 5 points in the game.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
James outside. They set a pick. That one's good for 2. James has got 21 points in the game.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. Up by 2. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, coming from an unlikely position, is the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Here's Goodrich. No good from outside. They've got James. And it's Okobo in at the 1. And it's James with the 3. 24 points for him.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
He's trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. The rebound by Diallo.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Hits the trifecta.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Pass to Goodrich. Will it go? The rebound by Diallo. Diallo's got 4 rebounds now. And James launches it from deep. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Goodrich. And he banks in the layup.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
James goes in.
Excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your 1 throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And there's the screen from downtown. Spins. It's hauled in by Okobo.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
They get it again. This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
James outside. And he makes it on the layup. James has got 30 points.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
To the middle. Here's Goodrich. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Brown with a screen. For three, James on target from range. James has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Fires for three. No good that time.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Number 21. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. With the drive and slam dunk by James.
Woo! When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive, no question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Gets the three ball to go. 1:14 left in the fourth. Here's Akobo. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Pass to Baldwin. Yes!
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Tipped away. In transition, here they come. From behind the arc. The rebound by Diallo. Launches a three. And no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Now Brown. Fires away from way outside. The visiting club takes the win on the road. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Korkmaz is out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Papagiannis in at the 5, down low. Now here's James. Up and in on the layup.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
There's a screen. Satoransky in the corner. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Papagiannis passes to James. We play just over a minute here in the first. Brown with a screen on Satoransky. 4 on the clock. And a deep 3 from James. Here's Papagiannis. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Now, here's Brown. Stolen by Satoransky. Pass to Vesely. Fires from the line. It's hauled in by Brown.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
There's Parker with the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Parker's got 5 points so far.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's James. The fader. Rebound by Vesely. James has gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Coethus passes to James. Brown sets a screen for James. Good on the triple. James has got his second basket of the game.
pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
From past the arc, gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
The drive by James.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
That one falls. He has 5.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Now here's James. 10 points for him. Five on the clock. From outside, off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
First team.
Parker outside. With the drive. And it's denied. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. The visitors on defense. Shoots from the line. Coathis grabs the board. Here's James. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really at the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Both free throws good from James. There's 31 seconds left in the first. Medu passes to Vesely. Here's Medu. He's covered by Brown. Medu can't hit. James outside. They set the pick to the left side wing. Pass to Brown. Here's Papagiannis. At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. They lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
And Gomez out there with Fall. And there's Anderson, and it's Abrinas in its shooting guard. They've got Corniche. Passing game out there with Diallo. And it's Maniunas in at the 5. Abrinas with the bucket.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Anderson against Diallo. From the arc. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Here's Abrinas. And there's the drive. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Okobo looking over the floor. Plays it up off the glass. Okobo's got his first basket. Here's Fall. Nothing on the board. Pass to Abrinas. Here's Hernan Gomez. Here's Laprovitola. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Diallo against Anderson. Stolen by Anderson. One-on-one fast break. Here's Laprovitola. He's guarded by Diallo. Shoots the three. Laprovitola, no good. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. It's tipped. Motiejunas finds Diallo. There's a screen by Motiejunas. Here's Corniche. Just 5 on the clock.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Anderson against Diallo. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Here's Abrinas. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Now here's Diallo. He started close. Yep, that one goes in there. Diallo's got his second basket of the night. Diallo's gone 2 of 3 from the field. There's the triple. That shot misses. Pass to Motiejunas. And the jam by Motiejunas.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Laprovitola. Ron Gomez trying to break free. Laprovitola, no good. Laprovitola's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Now here's Diallo. Tight defense on him. After Okobo. And here's the break. Back to Hernan Gomez. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Diallo against Anderson. There's a good screen. Now here's Diallo. 5 points in the game.
And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you. Owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Abrinas with the bucket.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Abrinas has gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. After Okobo. Here's Wasengame. Here's Okobo, defended by Anderson. Lock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And he makes the first.
At the line for the away team, Okobo. 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's Abrinas. He's got 8. Pass to Fall. Launches it. Motiejunas grabs the miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Diallo. Nets the corner 3. Diallo's got 8 points here in this quarter. Abrinas kicks to Anderson. Fires the 3. Another shot. Fall. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Fall's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work in the glass. You literally practice that every day.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Well, I think for the home team, this is when it starts to get real. You pass the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops and this score would be... That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by James.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
We've got Sederansky, Parker out there with Medu, and it's Veselu in its center. Clock at 2. Here's James. Oh, that's blocked. And that's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Stolen by Vesely. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. They've got Korkmaz. He's out there with Brown. And it's James in at the 2-guard spot.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
Fades back. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. Defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's James, and the layup falls. James has got 14.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Pass to Sederansky. Driving in, and he dunks it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
It's blocked. Now James, 14 points for him. Bucket is good. James has got 4 points now in the quarter. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Korkmaz, no good.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Korkmaz grabs the miss. Here's Papagiannis, covered by Parker. And it's James missing. A tight game here in Cleveland. Takes the 3. They get it back.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall. 15 points in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And here's James outside. Buries it from 3-point range.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail. He's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
And he banks in the layup. James has got 23.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Pass to Medu. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
James left side. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 25 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Sederansky kicks to Parker. Here's the 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. Parker's got 10 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That's tipped.
Home team foul. Kobe, second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
17 seconds left to play in the third. Here's James. And the layup's good off the glass. James has got 15 points in just the second half.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
With 2 seconds left. Missed. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Calls out there with Hernan Gomez. Then there's Anderson, and it's Lapro Vidala in at the point.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
James, and James throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Here's Lapro Vidala. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Home team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. The drive by James.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Over to the wing. Lets it go with the 3. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Diallo the pass to James. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And the first one drops. Arenas is checked in for Meadow. And James drills them both. Satoransky with it. Pass to Abrinas. From deep. The rebound by James. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Papagiannis. Back to James. There's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. It's Brown on the wing. Drops in the tray.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And that one drops. 19 points in the game.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's a Kobo. Satoransky covering. And it's a Kobo missing.
That is a disaster. Honestly, I'm embarrassed for him.
There's the 3. Satoransky gets the bucket.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. And you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game. Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Falls checked in for Vesely.
2 minutes remaining.
He takes it in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. It's up a 3. Hands it from downtown.
pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Out to the right wing. That's to Diallo. Here's Wasengame. Fires from deep. Good on the three-point shot.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
Abrinas kicks to Parker. Back to Abrinas. Diallo against Parker. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. There's the drive. Diallo against Parker. Diallo inside, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. Eyes to the hoop. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
For three, the rebound by Akobo.
Another missed three, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Korkmaz, no good.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Abrinas' shot is off. Here's Wasengame. From deep three-point territory. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A solid win on the road for them. This building was
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Boban Marjanovic, and it's Hayes in at the 4. Here's Baberovic. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Baldwin. Pulls up on the wing. And Metu pulls it down. Knocks down the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Now here's Hayes. Pass to Baldwin. From downtown. And Parker pulls it down. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense. Hand in the face, crowd him. Anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Baldwin. Screen by Marjanovic. Here's the 3. Baldwin's shot is good.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
He was all alone on that one. Give him 8 points now.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Lets it go from deep. Hernan Gomez with a rebound.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Shoots it from the corner. Ooh, basket interference.
No basket.
Pass to Baldwin. Here's Baberovic. Knocks down the long J.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
And here's Satoransky. Pulls it. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Pass to Baberovic. Tries the spin move. Can't tie it up. That one misses.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Connects from downtown. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. Here's Baldwin. The shot. And Metu pulls it down.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Let's go with a 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Here's the break.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Off the mark there with a 3. On the break. Here's Baldwin. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That one drops. He ties it up. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. There's a screen by Metu. Here's Parker. And Parker throws it down.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Covered by Satoransky. Pass to Baldwin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the three. Hernan Gomez with a rebound. Baldwin's gone 2 of 7, struggling a bit. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. Cuts off the pass. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Satoransky drops in the three.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
There's a screen. Pass to Birch. Here's Baldwin. He has 6. Puts up a 3. Sinks the tray. With 1 on the clock. And it goes!
They got that one.
Gets it! Wow!
That's before the buzzer right there.
Unreal. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Up by 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
There's a screen. Drills it from deep. He has 6.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Pass to Fall. Fires the 3. Guterich with the rebound. To the paint. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
The 3 hits the trifecta.
Hey, but D's got to be better. I mean, that's a high-quality look for him.
To the left wing. Stolen by Anderson. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. No good with the triple.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
There's a screen by Birch. From deep. It's hauled in by Fall.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Drains the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
To the middle. They need this. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Pass to Anderson. Out to the right wing. The 3 ball. It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
Wow. Their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Anderson covers. Clock at 6. Stolen. And here comes the break.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. And there's 1:45 left in the first half. They grab their own miss. Knocks it loose. The 3 is up. Guterich can't hit.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
No good on the triple. And here's the fast break. Has to fall. From the arc. To the right side. Second chance effort. Rebounded by Birch.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Here's Guterich. Still no points. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got rebound number 7 tonight. 29 seconds left in the half. And the three-pointer goes. 9 points in the game.
This story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
16 seconds left in the second quarter. Guterich with the bucket. So it's the home team now. Fires from way outside. They get it back. From outside the arc. And we finished off one half of play. They're up by 11. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the home team. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Hayes with it. Willie Hernan-Gomez is out there with Chimezie Metu. And it's Satoransky in at the point. Covered by Satoransky. Gets it down to single digits. Boban Marjanovic out there with Hayes. And it's Peperovic in at the small forward position. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
We've got Willie Hernan-Gomez. Also Chimezie Metu out there. And it's Parker in at the 3. Pass to Baldwin. Screen by Marjanovic. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Baldwin. Jacks up a 3. And Parker pulls it down.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
We've got Boban Marjanovic, and it's Peperovic in at the 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Baldwin. And he just hasn't been able to get it going.
they really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Satoransky's shot is off. Satoransky's gone, just 1 for 4 so far. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Here's Baldwin. Knocks it down from distance. Baldwin's got 9.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Hayes for 3. Here's Baberovic. And Parker pulls it down. Parker's got 4 rebounds now. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams."
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Alec.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
3 on 3.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Baldwin. Hits a 3-pointer. He's got 12.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Parker outside. Fires for 3. Fires in the triple. Parker's got his second basket of the game.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Pass to Baldwin. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Money from the wing. Looking to slow it down here, run a play.
Which is interesting because they've done much better playing with pace.
Counted from distance.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Now here's Hayes. Not a lot of room. Pass to Baberovic. Hayes with a screen on Parker. Lots of room. No good.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
The offensive rebound. That one is off. Now here's Hayes. Covered by Satoransky. Hayes, the pass to Marjanovic. Right wing. 26 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. He buries it from 3.
You live for nights like this when it's all working and the rim looks so huge.
Here's Baldwin. 14 points for him. Pass to Hayes. Takes a 3. Unable to get that one.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Beyond the arc. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Up 19. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Willie Hernan-Gomez is out there with Chemezi Metu. And it's Satoransky in at point guard.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
Covered by Satoransky. Here's Goodrich. From outside, off the mark. It's tipped, and that goes out of bounds. Now keep possession. On Sunday, then on Wednesday,
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Offensive rebound. The three-pointer off the mark. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Gets the three to fall.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Covered by Satoransky from deep three-point range. And Parker pulls it down. Parker's got 5 rebounds in the game. Lets the three fly. Nails it from 3. He's got 38.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Parker defending. There's a screen by Birch. Well, Brendan, a players' league, you think there's a point at which players have too much say?
Well, I don't know, B.A. I think it's always a fine line between what it is that both management and ownership is trying to do. This is entertainment after all. But you got to lean into the players. You got to lean into the personalities. And as long as there's a respect for both of those areas, the league and the game will continue to grow.
Now Hernan Gomez. Rebounded by Birch. Birch has got his 6th rebound on the night. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Sinks it from distance.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
Inside. The three. There's the triple. Not going to go that time. And they're on the break. This one for 3. Guterich can't hit. They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Parker outside. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Birch. Here's Guterich. Parker defending. Takes the three. Guterich can't hit. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
52 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Pure from three-point range. Fires from deep. For 3. He drops it from range.
And how aggressive has he been on the offensive end? Over half the team's points have been his.
Lets it fly. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. 24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Launches it from deep. No good on the shot.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
A deep 3. The shot no good. And so the home crowd treated to a win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive